Well, well, well. The Dallas Cowboys have put together a very good roster this 2025 season. In particular, the addition of George Pickens to the offense, it's going to help us both offensively, defensively, in the run, in the passing game. It is going to go down as the best pick the Cowboys made in 2025. But as it pertains to the defense, we've been having questions from the beginning. We were wondering if Tyler Guyton was going to be any good, Mozzie Smith was going to be any good, was Terrence Steele going to be any good? The cornerback room, we're still questioning. And so we've had a couple of setbacks now. Terrence Steele had a slight ankle injury, but he got back on the field. Tyler Guyton yesterday, we thought he was going to be out for the season, but it's a bone fracture, I think it is, or something like that, but he'll only be out 4 to 6 weeks. And now we start getting this stuff from the cornerback room. Kalen Carson injured. We already know about the other thing. And the Cowboys signed Christian Matthew. While I think bringing in Christian Matthew is a good thing, I'm going to tell us Dallas Cowboy fans why bringing in Christian Matthew is not enough. Let's talk, Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, don't forget at the end to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member or subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming up this season. And let's talk facts. So the Cowboys go and sign Christian Matthew today. And the reason why I know Christian Matthew right now, the Cowboys are just kind of looking for, I guess, a little bit of insurance, maybe a little bit of depth. But I can tell you right now, man, I didn't even know who this guy was. And if I don't know who he was, I'm pretty sure a whole lot of other people didn't know who he was. And I'm just telling us, Dallas Cowboy fans, he is not enough. But I understand, based on some things I've seen the last couple of days. Let me show you something. I showed this last night on live. I understand why the Cowboys, they have went out and got this guy to see, okay, let's see if maybe we can turn him into something just so he can get us to a certain point until we get everybody back on the field. Stephon Gilmore Jr. was drafted in the 3rd round, and a lot of people were saying he was the steal of the draft because had he been healthy, he would have been the first cornerback off the board. And a lot of people were saying that Stephon Gilmore Jr. will be ready by the first game. And he could very well be ready by the first game. But when I saw this, I got worried. This is a video of Stephon Gilmore Jr. Looks like he's doing some drills, and he goes up to catch the ball. Watch how he comes up when he catches this ball. You're a little gimpy. Maybe it was the way he came down. Let's look at it again. I'm thinking, look, maybe it was what, I don't know. But I'm a little worried. That don't look like he'll be ready for the first game against the Eagles. And then we have a lot of people, they're hopeful for Trayvon Diggs. But as I'm looking at Trayvon Diggs, I'm not quite sold that Trayvon Diggs, and I don't think there's no way. It could be. I can't say there's no way. But I don't think Trayvon Diggs is going to be back at least for what? The first 6 to 8 games of the season? This is what he looks like. Now, just looking at Trayvon Diggs, man, I'm going to tell you, Trayvon Diggs is looking pretty good. I'm just saying, he's looking pretty good. It looked like he's actually gotten a little bit bigger. But when I look at, he does the same thing to me. It's when he catches this ball, he jumps up in the air, and when he comes down, the step looks a little weird to me. You tell me what you think. Check this out. Right here. Oh, look. That looks a little weird to me. Jump, comes out. Oh, that little hop right there. That looks weird to me. That looks weird to me. And then when you look at this, he looks pretty good on this, but notice he hasn't having to do any jumping. Watch this. See, I'm not tripping on the movement as much. But it's the same thing that got Savon Revel Jr. You see, the moment you have to start doing some jumping, coming down on that knee, the moment you start doing some hitting, the moment you start having to, it's different, man, when you're chasing Jamar Chase. I mean, it's different. It's different when you're playing against other wide receivers, competition. You're going to have to tackle, fall on the ground, fall on that knee. All of that stuff is different. So for Savon Revel Jr., it looks like to me, he still has some soreness. Trayvon Diggs, that jump to me when he comes down, probably still a little unsure, may even be a little bit of soreness. He'll never tell us, because of some of the things that were happening with his rehab. But nevertheless, after seeing all of that, I know why the Cowboys went and got a cornerback. And then when we look at this article right here, it is now being reported over here on A to Z Sports. It said Dallas Cowboys training camp headache keeps getting worse with the latest injury news. Look at this. It says Kalen Carson is joining cornerbacks Trayvon Diggs, Savon Revel Jr., and Josh Butler among the Cowboys injured players. The second-year defensive back suffered a knee hyperextension that's expected to knock him out the next 4 to 6 weeks. Crazy work, Cowboys fans. Crazy work. And then, shout out to Mario Rodriguez. And then when you look over here, it says even before Carson's injury, the lack of cornerback depth was one of the biggest headaches the Cowboys had been dealing with at training camp. Now they're forced to finish training camp without one of the team's rising players at the position. The former 5th-round draft pick appeared to have a legit shot at starting week 1. It says with Deron Blaine and Kyrie Elam seemingly positioned as locks to start early on, the Cowboys are turning to backups Israel Mukwamu, Keelan Hall, Andrew Booth. He had a little bit of an injury yesterday, but I guess he's okay. Troy Pride Jr. and others to rise as potential starters while the position group heals up. Diggs is expected to miss the start of the season, though it remains unclear how long he will be out. And so, look at this. Look at who we're going up against in the first 4 games. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, that's going to be a test. Week 2, Malik Neighbors, not as worried. I think Deron Bland can handle him. But then in week 3, we're going up against DJ Moore and Adunze from the Chicago Bears. That'll be somewhat of a test. Not worried, man. Caleb Williams has not been looking good, but we'll see what happens. But week 4, to me, this is a milestone game. Week 4 is a milestone game because we're going against the Green Bay Packers, who Mike McCarthy couldn't beat not one time when he was here. Week 4, we got Romeo Doubs, Matthew Golden, and Jaden Reed. That's going to be a test. There's going to be a serious test. And so the Cowboys have went out and picked up Christian Matthew. The problem with Christian Matthew, no disrespect to him, but at this point, he's just a guy. He's just a guy. I mean, he's not a guy that you're bringing in that you're saying, hey, this guy's going to make an impact. No, he just seems to be a depth thing. It says, after working out several free agent defensive backs on Monday, the Cowboys have added 28-year-old Christian Matthew to their roster. What is Dallas getting in their latest acquisition, and does it tell us anything about their concerns for the cornerback position? It says Matthew was a 7th-round pick in 2022 by Arizona, already 25 when he was drafted. But at 6'2" and with a reported 41.5 vertical and a 4.5 in the 40-yard dash, his size and athletic potential are hard to dismiss. Not enough. Not enough. I'm not concerned about the measurables. I'm concerned about the experience. Who has he played against? That's where I'm concerned. It said Matthew made the Cardinals roster as a rookie, appearing in 14 games and with 3 starts. He did it again in 2023, but was released in early October. The next day, the Bears added Matthews to their practice squad. Interestingly, and perhaps not coincidentally, Dallas's new offensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, was Chicago's head coach at the time. Matthew only appeared in 2 games for the Bears, only on special teams, and was not re-signed after the regular season. Baltimore scooped up Matthew for the final weeks of their 2023 playoff run. He was re-signed and competed in their 2024 camp, but was eventually placed on injury reserve with an undisclosed medical issue. The Ravens did not bring him back this year, and he remained available until now. Not enough, Cowboys fans. Not enough. I don't even want us to fool ourselves. Christian Matthew is not enough. Not saying that Christian Matthew, hey, he could come out here and ball out, but I'm sorry, that has not been, in his stops, we haven't seen him necessarily ball out. So what makes us think he's going to ball out with the Dallas Cowboys? A little bit worried about the Cowboys now at cornerback for sure. I really do think the Cowboys need to really do more of a serious search for cornerbacks. We got a lot of them, and maybe if they all get healthy, we would be okay. But I'm concerned because they need a little bit more talent. I think Wanye Thomas may play some in the slot. We'll see how that turns out. But me, just honestly speaking, I'm wanting the Cowboys to bring in Stephon Gilmore. Because the memory I have of Stephon Gilmore is the lockdown job that he did on A.J. Brown. And we're playing the Eagles, game 1, Thursday night opener. I would rather I think Stephon Gilmore, if you bring in Gilly, he solidifies the cornerback room. He gives you a lot of leeway because now you would have Bland, Elam, Gilly, and then you could kind of work everybody else in, maybe some kind of rotation, keeping Gilly fresh or whatever the case may be, or just kind of getting those guys a few snaps, getting them acclimated. But I would rather us bring in Stephon Gilmore. Let me tell you something. Stephon Gilmore is an older cornerback. The dude takes care of his body. He takes care of his body. He keeps his skill up, and he's a very savvy veteran. And I'm telling you, this dude can play. I also wouldn't mind the Cowboys bringing in Asante Samuel. Asante Samuel's got an injury. We got to see if he could even pass a physical. But if you want to talk about bringing in some depth and some potential, I would bring in Asante Samuel. And I'm pretty sure some of you can name some other cornerbacks out there. If you know of some that you think the Cowboys should also consider that you might think would be way more talented than Christian Matthew or a lot more experienced than Christian Matthew, put them down in the comments. But I'm telling us, I do not believe Christian Matthew is enough as it pertains to the Cowboys. Looking on the horizon, I don't think he's enough to help the Cowboys do what we're wanting them to do. I believe, if anything, the Cowboys need to bring in Stephon Gilmore. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, God bless. DC4L. Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.